What is poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we got a Mr. Beast Hybrids pack, but we got the Mega 5 pack today. We got it sent to us for free by Moose Toys over at TikTok, so thank you to those for sending me these. I did the review on TikTok, I glazed the product, but now I don't have to glaze it anymore, and it is a Jimmy Beast product, so it isn't really Moose Toys' fault for them being terrible. They are just a toy distributor. But we're going to be looking at the Fire Tiger first out of the figure pack, who again looks the best. I'm gonna be honest, he looks the best. It is not a panther, but Jimmy Beast is branching out to different like tigers and lions and stuff, and the tiger one is pretty cool, and he does give off Heat Blast vibes with his orange, red, and yellow color scheme. He has some fire coming off him. He's got a lot of detail in the torso, head, and arms, but absolutely fucking nothing in the legs. It does look like he has some molds for them to be yellow printing, but there's just none here. And you can take these figures apart from the shoulders, head, and waist. Just push the button at the back, and their head and legs fall off, and you can pull their arms out. And you are supposed to mix and match these, so again, very similar to the original Ben 10 toys, where you can mix and match the characters. I feel like Turtles do this as well with, like, the Next Mutation wave of figures, but this guy's pretty cool, probably one of my favorites from the pack, because he's a tiger, and he is fire, which is one of my favorites. Sticking with the Ben 10 theme, however, we have a Rhino here, which is like Diamond Head, with his glittery, translucent blue body, with the rocky sort of exterior to him, and the spikes, and just looking overall like Diamond Head. Has the same sort of mechanism with the push button in the back. They all have that, and taking them apart from each individual ligament. We also have some posable joints, so we have a sort of peg joint at the shoulder of the character. We have a hinge joint at the knees and at the elbows, and then we do have like a swivel at the head to give a little bit of posability to these figures, and you can make them fight. But this guy is pretty decent. He's just a rhino. Moving on to another Ben 10 type, here we do have either Swamp Fire or like Wildvine in like this cactus looking dude. Again, I get that. I get that guy. I get the tiger. It's very similar to the panther. He has the lightning. I kind of get the rhino. He's got the lightning at his eyes, and he's got the blue color scheme. The fuck does a cactus have to do with Jimmy Beast? But he does have a weird spiky thing on his arm there. And he has two heads, technically, with this little guy sprouting off from his head. He's covered in spikes, and he's got the Superman pants on the outside. And yeah, that's pretty much all he's got going for him, to be fair. Each one of these figures is separated into different bags. We have an arm and a head in a bag, the torso and the other arm in a bag, and then the legs in a bag. So that is 3 bags per figure, and these are plastic bags, so there is so much plastic waste trying to open these guys. And then we have a big vial as well, which they all come in. Again, just even more plastic waste, except this time there is a little bit of a use for the plastic vial, which we'll talk about a little bit later after we take a look at Victor, because he's a fucking winner. The guy from Dispatch, the cybernetic bat here. Again, don't know what the fuck he has to do with Mr. Beast, but they all have these weird, like, portal things in their chest. Again, very much giving Ben 10 with the design here. He has a nice purple and silver color scheme, some nice molding. Very lackluster printing, though. Very under-detailed, I do believe. And I would sort of argue that there isn't enough detail on these figures. But this is the main 4 that you get. And then there is a mystery. And you have a possible chance of getting a gold one, or the main blue one, but this guy is basically a fucking gamma radiation monster. So, like I said, there is a little bit of a playability or a feature to this bucket. You need to fill it with water. When you fill it with water, you throw this guy in, and it, like, melts the wax off him to reveal if you have the golden one, which is limited to, I do believe, 1,000 pieces, or, like, 10,000 pieces. And he is called the Hyper Beast. And as you can see already, I have some chips in the purple there, which does obviously reveal that I have the blue one. Honestly, I'm probably not going to throw him in water. I was slightly confused because I didn't read the package properly, but he does have 2 regular beast arms at the bottom. Some weird sort of like tubes running through his body, some really gross veins. He has like a fire hydrant coming out of his shoulder, some bones on show, an axe there, and like a sludge cannon coming out the other arm. He just looks really weird and really grim. He is like a fucking Chernobyl creature. He has his like joints sort of stuck together with the purple wax. So he's not really good at being posed right now. But I feel like it's just such a stupid. Also, you can see that it's the blue one there. I think it's just such a fucking stupid, like feature to have him covered in wax and have to like commit a science experiment to reveal him. I do like the design for the characters. I do think it is quite cool. I just wish there was some more detailing on them. I get they're kids' toys, but this thing is like 40 quid. This thing should not be 40 quid. 40 to 50 pounds. That is way too much money for this product. There is so much plastic waste as well. It's really not good. It doesn't really show a good image for Mr. Beast because, again, he's creating so much plastic waste. It's just so shit and so awful. Like with how much, like my bin was empty. My bin is now full. So that's just beautiful to see. If you want to go see me glaze this product over on TikTok, you can. Link will be in the description below. But I think they're decent character designs. I just think they're packaged very poorly and distributed very poorly as well. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say. I'm glad I didn't spend money on these. I definitely wouldn't buy these. Not even for my child, which I don't have. But I'll see you all in the next one. All right, bye-bye.